So I had some of the most unexpected information given to me. So on a comment on my 5-month-old video, The Death of GunsUp, how a game was killed to make way for an improved monetization platform, I randomly had this guy named Ricardo, and I gotta give this guy some thanks. I wouldn't have known about any of this stuff unless he told me. They are shutting down the mobile version too. I am looking this up right now, let me check. And I never found the information, not on their main website, not on any news source, not on YouTube. There was nothing about GunsUp Mobile at this time. I asked them, where did you see this information? Apparently, it's on their Discord at their official channel. So, with this new information, I couldn't understand why they were shutting it down so fast. They had a new pay-to-win monetization plan. Right here, this is absurd. Imagine going for the money grab to not stay around for long. Now, there are two possibilities here. Either, number one, they exhausted their community and there's no more whales coming in to fund the game. Or number two, which seems more plausible, which is Sony pulling a Sony on a niche game. They decide to shut them for no apparent reason. Dear Commanders, thank you for your continued support of GunsUp Mobile since its global launch in April 2022. GunsUp died December 2023. After careful consideration for long-term planning, shutting it down May 2026. They wanted to sustain and improve the game, but apparently faced ongoing business challenges. So rather than wanting less support, they're just shutting it down. Termination schedule, February 2026. Final update, April. Termination of all in-app purchases. May, server shut down. And that includes battle passes and their base layouts and stuff. Then the end of service plan. Expanding access to previously limited content, the single player modes. Accelerating player progression. Reduce cost, improved acquisitions for high tier stuff. Right here. Reducing timers and restrictions. So you want the gameplay flow to be back like your original game, huh? Yeah, sincerely GunsUp Mobile. Very interesting right here. You know what? Let's see what some of the people think. Yeah. Nobody actually wants it to go down, huh? Let's see some more. They're gonna release GunsUp Gooner Edition in order to ensure it lasts next. Yeah, fun while it lasted. This is outrageous. It's being cancelled. We should start a non-violent riot outside of Sony Interactive, but I live in Canada. To be honest, I mean, but they killed GunsUp Original, which was the GOAT. Then they are killing GunsUp Mobile now. But here's the funny thing. Why are they removing costs and then removing time? Here's the thing. They know that GunsUp Original was better when it came to that, but they just wanted a pay-to-win monetization plan. And everyone knows this, I bet. All of these people probably know it. So let's test the waters, shall we? Imagine shutting down the original best game GunsUp to make a more pay-to-win trash version, move to mobile to get more monetization, just to shut it down a second time. The original GunsUp was better and got ruined by the pay-to-win mobile platform. How about letting us house some servers? And that's when I met some agreement by Edjack. Now, we didn't agree on everything. So one of the main things he was agreeing on is that skill systems. I kind of like their new skill systems, but two issues: how pay to win it was, and then on top of that, adding unit levels. And that's about it. I mean, to be honest, it seems like some of the community all the way back in the original game is still here today. And that's what matters. But here's the issue. We're not able to house the servers ourselves. Like, here's one of the things that he said himself. He wishes that we also had power with some of the servers, and he kind of said make it like TF2, which is an interesting subject. To be honest, I don't see why more games don't do that. Now, I see why you wouldn't want to make it open source till, you know, you give up on the game entirely. But why not make it open servers? Here's the thing, guys. There's the Steam charts for the original GunsUp right here. Now, its peak came at the early beta. We had 2,277 people playing. Why? We had people like Baron Von Games, Blitz, and some other guys that were really hyping up the game, and it was good. It was a new, interesting game, basically the first of its kind specifically, and that was just its peak. Then we move on to the actual Steam release. We get a nice 1,191 person banger, and you know, the numbers kind of dwindle. Now we only have the max. We can only see the max right here. We can't see the specific weeks because that's just not available to us anymore. But right now, what we had is a somewhat decent community. You can see that people were online all of these months, like pretty decent active. Like, I'd say if you have this many people in a normal Steam game, like, that's pretty decent to stick around. And you can also see it got some peaks throughout the year, mainly due to updates, and had a small kind of peak towards the end where it was about to finally be shut down. Now with GunsUp Mobile, you now have me in a position where I have to wonder, why specifically is mobile shutting down, either for monetary reasons or otherwise? Because number one, mobile's making ad revenue now. Yes, mobile's making ad revenue. They're making the mobile pay-to-win platform. They might not have as many people as some of these popular versions, but wait just a second. Let's head over to their website really quick, actually. Let's see if there's anything that we could possibly get there. Now, two really interesting things hit me when I think about GunsUp Mobile. Number one, their ads were only temporary, and they hit hard when they did hit. Number two, how many people? We have over 1 million downloads. That's a lot more than the original game on Steam. So we know that this game hit hard and fast. It was also unique to those 1 million people, I'm pretty sure. Now, what do mobile games rely on? Well, it's two things. Number one, in-game ads, because it's a mobile games platform. But number two, whales. Do you guys know about whaling? Whaling refers to when whale hunters used to go after whales for their oil, because they were used in basically everything. Not anymore anyways, and we killed off a whole species basically. But anyways, it's called whale hunting. And you try and get as many people to play a game as possible, because the 1%ers are known as whales. They have a lot of money and they can give you a lot. Now here's the strange thing. You're getting money from multiple sources and somehow you're just not able to shut it down. I don't believe that directly. Now I believe if the player base is kind of suffering, yes, because it's not the original GunsUp. Now, you have two good sources of income, and these players are in the game. There are whales, there are pay-to-winners, and everyone knows this. People even buy the battle passes still, which I've never spent a cent on GunsUp, and I've never played mobile directly yet. But here's the thing, it's still happening, and somehow we're now getting shut down. And you can tell by the music that this is kind of strange, right? There doesn't seem to be any direct line on top of the ad stuff. So what could it be? And I kind of do have an answer, which is kind of strange itself. Well, if you wouldn't know, Sony Interactive actually owns both GunsUp and GunsUp Mobile, including this man right here, Herman Holtz. And we all know how Sony is when it comes to shutting down good games, or halfway decent games, or in some cases there were some Concord. Anyways, I hope that the people know that I am about to do something that I might regret, which is downloading GunsUp Mobile on a primary account, just to see how different the game is going to be under these new changes, especially when you're moving from a pay-to-win, fast, or actually no, slow-paced form back to the original GunsUp form. And I really want to see how diminished these upgrade times and stuff are about to get. And possibly, if within this time frame, I am able to go from 0 to max tier within these limited days that they are finally going to shut the game down again, technically for a second time. Even though the original game was so much better, and everyone knows it. And I will say, I'm very surprised about the website and all these areas that I tried looking up, and there was just no information. They're not even telling people on the website or the game itself yet, which is very strange when they announce it to the Discord. However, I will have to say, our next point, the original GunsUp. Well, how about I entice you with some footage of my gameplay from way back then. I would like to dedicate the last 20 seconds of this video to the failed, sadly, Stop Killing Games movement that happened in the UK, as nothing has come from it. Developers, please stop killing your games. Thank you. And thank you, the viewer, for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.